In the heart of a dust-torn ghost town, silence deep and wide, the moon hung low like a gallows, lighting the devil's last ride. Whiskey bottles lay shattered, testament to the night before. Footsteps echoed on wooden planks from a long-forgotten store. Ride into the storm, no angel left to mourn. Hell's the reins in his hands over cursed and barren land. Echoes of a train whistle fading just like his pride. This is the tale, oh, the tale of the devil's last ride. Once loved a maiden fair as dawn, with a heart so wild and free, betrayed by a kiss under the old church's shadow, where no one could see. A pact made with darkness, for vengeance was his bride. Left nothing but burning churches and those forgotten graves to confide. Ride into the black with sin stacked upon his back, beneath a cruel and mocking sky where even stars dare not lie. The sound of a train whistle, a ghostly haunting guide. This is the tale, oh, the tale of the devil's last ride. At the crossroads he stood, eyes fiery and cold, confronted by the love he traded for the power he now holds. Whispering winds told stories of a love so bold. In the silence of the desert, his heart finally told. Ride no more, his heart torn and sore. The devil lays down his ghost in the land he wronged the most. The cry of a lone whistle across the plains it slides. Here ends the tale, oh, the tale of the devil's last ride. Under a blood moon, the desert whispers low, dusty bones beneath my boots, in the land where lost winds blow. Low lone whistle cries from a train that's bound for nowhere, echoing the screams of my heart in the cold night air. Midnight in the shadows where the cursed lands call my name. Each step's a reminder of my sorrow and my shame. Whiskey's my companion on a journey to the end, hunting ghostly memories in the shadows where they blend. I rode past the church, flames licking its holy spires, a testament to love lost and the wrath of old desires. She was a vision haunting the edges of my dream, betrayed by a kiss. Nothing's ever as it seemed. Midnight in the shadows under stars that won't forgive, silent as the graves where forgotten spirits live.
confronting the past that I fear the most. The trigger feels cold, the night swallows my cry. Revenge or redemption in the dawn, one will die. Midnight in the shadows where old dads find their due. I've settled all my scores, said my last adieu. Now I roam through the silence, a shadow in the drift. Midnight keeps the secrets that I chose to live with. On the edge of a ghost town, under a bone-white moon, the wind whispers secrets in a cursed, chilling tune. A lone whiskey bottle, half buried in the sand, glints like a teardrop from a long-lost band. The church on the hillside smolders still, echoing prayers of a people's broken will. At midnight in the outlaw heart, shadows dance with fate. Every whisper in the dark, a story of love and hate. The desert holds the memories of pistol smoke and scars underneath the silent stars. At midnight in the outlaw heart, railroad track stretch, reaching for the past. The train's mournful whistle screams of love that couldn't last. Her laughter haunts the canyon, a melody of pain. The night we vowed forever, then never spoke again. My boots stir the dust where we once had roamed. In the depths of the night, where cold truths are combed. At midnight in the outlaw heart, echoes fill the void. Each ghostly tale retold of lives once enjoyed. The desert knows each secret, each buried broken part, lost within the whispering winds. At midnight in the outlaw heart, I face the mirror of my soul in the silver moon's cold glare, haunted by the specter of a love beyond repair. My hand grips the pistol as vengeance takes its art in the theater of the damned, where end and beginning start. At midnight in the outlaw heart, destiny is spun, the past and present blur, where all my roads come undone. Here lies my redemption, or perhaps my final mark. I'm one with the dust and shadows at midnight in the outlaw heart.
Under the blood moon's Whose eerie glow, whiskey bottles lay with secrets they won't show. In the heart of a ghost town side, a lone train whistle moans a forsaken lullaby. Ashes of the silent grave keep my bitter tales, haunted dreams of a lover's ghost where justice fails. On cursed sands where we once swore, now nothing but whispers of the love we bore. Dust storms dance on forgotten lands where I once held her with these trembling hands. Betrayal's knife, sharp and cold, left me with nothing but a memory to hold. Ashes of the silent grave speak of pain so brave, echoes of a burning church, the fate I brave. Whispers in the desert air calling me to atone. All that's left is a heart as dry as bone. The ghost of what can no longer be. The wind cries out a name through the dust, a cursed land's plea in redemption I must trust. Ashes of the silent grave where my demons lay, in the dark a gunslinger's path, come what may. Revenge or resignation under the cold moon's wave. I ride through the night, a soul no longer to save. A tale woven in the silence of desolation, a haunted melody, a gunslinger's last salvation. In the shadow of a burned out church, under a blood-red sky, I found an old whiskey bottle, throwing dust in my eyes. The ghost town whispers secrets in the chill of the desert night. Train whistle moaning distance like a soul not yet in flight. Echoes from the whiskey singing sorrow and sin, tales of a man forsaken by what might have been. Each drop a memory, each glass a grave, lost love and vengeance no one could save. Crossed by a lover with eyes like the stormy sea, she left with my heart under that old hanging tree. Promises shattered like glass in a barren street. Now every bottle's a message from a past I can't defeat. Echoes from the whiskey haunt my broken dreams. Whispers of a cursed land and silent screams drowning in the shadows.
whiskey be my witness, I'm no one's slave. Each line echoes the desolation and the depth of a soul haunted by its own decisions and the harshness of the desert's unforgiving memory. In the town where shadows lay deep as sins, echoed the whistle of the midnight train. Beneath that lonesome ghostly scream lies a tale of love turned ashes in the wind. Old whiskey bottles line the crumbling streets where once stood churches, now only memories weep. Ashes of the midnight train, where my heart once laid its claim, driven deep into the cursed land by a vengeful traitorous hand. In the silence of this damn desert's breath lives a story soaked in the depths of death. She was the fire wild under prairie moon's glow, her betrayal a sharper cut than winter's bitter snow. In her wake left nothing but the ghost of my trust, a burning love reduced to nothing but dust. Now each night the train's cry splits the star, a haunting reminder of the light swallowed by dark. Ashes of the midnight train, my soul wearing its invisible chain, carried away on that lonesome track to a place where no man comes back. In the hush of these forsaken graves echo the songs of the bravely betrayed. Under the eye of the crescent moon I see clear, her whispers float like venom in my ear. But the path to redemption is a road I walk alone, through the silent deserts where my sins are atoned. Ashes of the midnight train forge the steel of my resolve's chain. In the cold quiet where the lost are found, I'll be the justice redemption bound. Let the wind carry away all that I've grieved. In the ashes of the midnight my peace retreats. In the shadow of the valley where the cold winds sigh, dead man's past neath a soulless hollow sky. Distant whistle splits the silence, sorrow's melody. Whiskey breath and dusty boots keep the company. There's no mercy in the hollow sky, only ghostly clouds that pass on by. In the
sweet hymns that flow. Finds a locket in the ashes, and the loving face he knows was a time of laughter filled his sundown dreams. Now just smoke and silence stitch up the seams. No mercy in the hollow sky, just the echo of the last goodbye. Curse the heart that dared to roam, lost the light on the way back home. Thunder rolls over plains once kissed by rain, reckons with the ghost of her shackled in pain. Beneath the starless cloak by the twisted old oak, swears vengeance on the night the fire awoke. No mercy in the hollow sky, where the old gods and the lost ones lie. With every step on this forsaken land, he walks alone, gun heavy in hand. No mercy in the hollow sky, a whisper of the past, the lone wolf sigh. In the silent desert under cursor stars, he rides for redemption through his scars. In the shadow of a burning church, under a blood-red sky, an old gunslinger tells his tale with a whiskey bottle dry. The wind moans through the ghost town streets, the dust clouds hide the sun. This land's forsaken by the light, where a cursed man's run begun. No mercy in the devil's deal, only shadows by your side. When you trade your soul for vengeance, there's no place left to hide. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the past won't set you free. No mercy in the devil's deal, just endless misery. He loved once beneath the stars, in a time too brief to stay. Her laughter now a whisper lost as the desert took her away. Betrayed by a brother's jealous hand, left for dead in the silent sands. He struck a deal at the crossroads light, for the power to set things right. No mercy in the devil's deal, only echoes of regret. Each killing word a hollow prayer for a love he can't forget. The night grows cold, the fire dies, but the ghost won't let him be. No mercy in the devil's deal, just change as you can't see. Glass, he faces who he's come to be. A phantom in a forsaken land, trapped in his own decree.
The whistle of a distant train calls him to his final stand, to reclaim a soul he sold in vain, or fall by his own hand. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a lonesome bitter end. The gun he draws, the choice he makes, a broken heart he can't mend. The night grows cold, the fire's died, in the silence he'll confess. No mercy in the devil's deal, just a piece of nothingness. Midnight on the midnight train, rolling through a ghost town's veins. Whiskey whispers neath the moon's pale watch. Tracks shudder under old sin's weight. A dust storm wails like a banshee's cry, past shadows of a church aflame. And there in the flicker, a lone grave lies, forgotten names and the devil's bait. Here on this train, it's vengeance and rust. Steel rails cut through these cursed lands like trust. In the silence of the cars, I can hear the echoes plain of lost love's goodbye. Midnight on the midnight train. Preacher's son, till I found the bad end of a gun. Turned my back on the rising sun and watched my dreams come undone. She was the fire, I was the rain, in this desolate forsaken strain. Heard the trail of deep-seated pain, now her ghost in every window pane. Here on this train, it's sorrow and dust, every mile further from what was just. Through the cold steel bars, I see my life wane. Another lost soul, midnight on the midnight train. In the darkness, I confront my fears, face the man I've been for years. Every mile of memory, every sound a tear. The whistle screams like it's the end, a solemn note no one can mend. I pour another whiskey toast to ghosts I can't defend. Here on this train, I accept my fate. A heart full of shadows, love turned to hate. As the desert swallows moon's last stain, I ride towards dawn, beyond the midnight train. In the shadow of a burned down church, under the eye of a silver moon, whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails, each sip a story, each
each glass of gravy in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night, her silhouette fading by the lantern's light. Caught twixt the bottle and the blaze, a heart once pure now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey, with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the nights are long and cold. Then at the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sowed in her eyes, the fires of vengeance in that silent cursed abode. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free. Out where the sagebrush kisses cold night skies, the ghost town whispers with its hollow cries. Empty bottles clink like restless bones, echoing through the streets past abandoned homes. The wind a serenade to those who roam alone, carrying a scent of sin, dust and loam. From the ashes of the shadows, vengeance draws its breath. Underneath the crescent moon, dancing close with death. Each step forward is a step into the past, where the heart knows no peace and shadows are cast. Train whistles moan across the cursed land, singing tales of a love slipped like sand through hands. Burning church in the distance, a beacon of forgotten faith, a testament to fires of betrayal and wraith. In the silence of the desert, a lone grave unadorned, lies the soul who played with fire and by fire was scorned. From the ashes of the shadows, vengeance draws its breath. Underneath the blood-red sky, courting silent death. Footprints lead to nowhere on this desolate path, where every whisper in the wind is a ghost ride.
past.
In the shadow of a ghost town, under a blood-red moon, whiskey bottles lay forgotten beside the dusty saloon. A lone whistle cuts the silence, a train mourns souls lost. Midnight strikes its claim here, where love and faith have cause. Midnight in the revenge, where broken vows lie deep. Echoes of a cursed land, where haunted whispers creep. Through the winds that carry dust storms, over graves no crosses keep. Midnight in the revenge, it's here my secret see. Once loved a girl like fire, in a church we planned to wed, but betrayal came a-calling, left my heart for dead. That church now lies in ashes, her memory but a ghost. In the silent crying desert, her betrayal hurts the most. A midnight in the revenge, where sorrow sows its seeds. Echoes of our laughter, and now shattered deeds. Through the storms that blot out starlight, under moons of misdeeds. Midnight in the revenge, it's here my dark heart bleeds. By the flicker of a candle, I see her face in every flame, and in the cold haunting echoes, I still whisper her name. A showdown with my demons at the edge of this cursed land. I'm the shadow in the moonlight, gun and justice in my hand. Midnight in the revenge, where past and present clash. Echoes of a gunfire, under skies of ash. Through the silence of the desert, where my sorrows thrashed. Midnight in the revenge, my spirit's old and hashed. So here's to the forsaken, in the hour of the night, where the lost are forever searching in the fading light. Midnight holds my story in the land of endless drifts, a tale of a haunted outlaw and the life he couldn't shift.
Under a blood-red sky, where the coyotes cry, whiskey bottles lay by the faded general store. Dust storms dance with ghosts of an outlaw band in a town too cursed to die, but forgotten by the Lord. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand. The devil plays a tune that echoes in these sands. My heart's been lost to this desolate expanse, cursed to roam, a ghost 'neath the moon's cold glance. There's a whispering wind, tales of love's cruel sin, about a maiden fair and a gunslinger's betrayal. In her eyes a storm, like the desert born, but her grave's unmarked mine, where the nightingales wail. Oh, this cursed land holds my soul in its hand, burned my dreams like the church that in silence stands. Rusted rails and a train's long forgotten wail, haunted tracks leading back to her ghostly trail. By the crackling fire, with a ghostly choir, faces from my past, in the flames they conspire. Each sip of rye brings the truth nigh. In this cursed soil we live just to die. Oh, this cursed land with its cold dead hand took all I loved, buried deep where I stand. Now I embrace this forsaken, haunted place in the cursed lands. Embrace, I'll find my peace. sky. Ghost town whispers, wind-borne lies. Dust dances with the devil's sound on streets where dreams lay fallow drowned. Moonlight casts a judgmental glow on the chapel where no believers go. Empty bottles clink like bones in a tavern where cinders atone. Beneath the hollow sky, shadows tell what words deny. In the silence, truth will rise whilst the righteous close their eyes. Stars bear witness from on high to the tales of why men die underneath that hollow, haunted sky. Old train tracks, rusted and worn, echo wails of the forlorn. The sheriff's badge, tarnished, bent by bullets spent in malcontent. Her love was a fleeting spell, a tender heart bound for hell. In the dust of a cursed land, she slipped like time through a broken hand. Beneath the hollow sky, tales of love, how they twist, they pry. In the silence, past deeds cry while the wounded spirits fly. Stars gaze down with a mournful eye on lonely graves where secrets lie underneath that hollow, haunted sky. The old church flames kiss the night, a burning cross to set things right. Forgotten sins come to light as the past demands a fight. Face to face with what I've done under the relentless desert sun. This land keeps score of the lost and won. Beneath the hollow sky, I stand with no alibi. In the silence, I confess, embrace the curse and seek redress. Stars look down on this restless plight, guide the lost back through the night. Underneath this hollow, haunted sky, whiskey soothes the restless soul. Beneath the sky that makes us whole, drifting sands that time will sieve. Beneath the hollow sky we live.
On the edge of a ghost town where shadows conspire, rattlesnake winds whisper sins of the choir. Dust devils dance where the church used to stand. Whiskey bottles lay cradled in the devil's own hand. Skies, haunted trains scream old truths and lies. Forgotten graves, the tales they confide in this cursed land. Even brave men have died. Betrayed with a kiss, left me cold on the floor. Now her silver
No mercy in the last ride, vengeance rides with me. Heartbeat sinks with a horse's plea. Echoes of love, sharp and untied, in the silence of the desert, a lone soul cries. Like the sea storm, two shots in the dark, our fates transform. There's rumors in the last ride, dust settled on bone. Echoes of justice and a sinner's moan. Riding away, heart empty and wide, and lands with no mercy, the past won't hide. Fitting the low, weathered voice of storyteller etched by the desert's harsh truths.
Out where the whiskey whispers past the dried up river's edge, ghost town shadows stretch beneath the moon's pale pledge. Silent desert cries under a starlit curse of sky. A lone train whistle moans a song, holding high. No mercy in the revenge, this heart's turned to stone. Vengeance right beside me, through the night I roam. The bottle's hollow echo, the only friend I've kept on a path of retribution. Through the tears I've wept. Once loved a girl as wild as a storm above. Betrayed by a kiss, I lost my peace, my love. Whispering winds carry the scent of traitors' blood. Burning church in the distance, lost in the flood. No mercy in the revenge, shadows call my name. Every step on this parched land stokes the flame. The bottle's broken dreams lie scattered in the sand. Cursed by the memory, gun heavy in my hand. Now face to face with the devil in the dusk embrace. His eyes a mirror of my soul's dark forsaken place. Words are Forgotten graves whisper of what once was mine. As dawn breaks merciless over lands no prayer can save. No mercy in my heart, just an outlaw in his grave.
Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, lonely house twist with the cold moonlight. Dust devils dance where the old church burned. Whiskey whispers from a bottle unturned. Ghost town shadows, they beckon and bend. Life and death mingle on the desert wind. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul, it does. Haunted by screams and the things that were. Justice is just a ghost fading in the dusk. Revenge a lover's whisper, a curse that must be heard. There was love once beneath the old willow tree, turned to betrayal over gold lost to greed. A brother's promise, now a forgotten grave, mourned by the whistles of a passing train. Her locket's at the bottom of the old well, every clink of the chain another story it tells. Blood on the desert wind stains the soul, it does. Echoes of her laughter, shadows of his sin. Truth lies buried in the sands of trust. Where love ends, that's where vengeance begins. Face to face in the eye of a dust storm's wrath, his pistol's cold like his path. I loved you, brother, but you chose your fate. Words as harsh as the land, sealed by hate. Blood on the desert wind, a tale that spun in the silent desert where all things end. Forgiveness is a word too heavy for the tongue. On cursed lands, there's only revenge. Out where the horizon bleeds into the night, blood on the desert wind, fading out of sight.
Down a dusty path where the devil's winds blow, found an old town, shadows dancing slow. Whiskey bottle laying in the middle of the street. A church was burning, hear the flames crack and weep. No mercy on the lonely road where the lost souls come to bear their load. Silent deserts keep their cursed vows. Ain't no forgiveness, just death echoes of how met a man with eyes like cold train steel. Said he lost his love to a crooked card deal. Promised vengeance neath the crescent moon's glow. Blade in his grip, no intent to let go. No mercy on the lonely road where silence speaks in codes nobody knows. Ghost towns whisper of the deeds so foul. Old sins cast long shadows. They never throw in the towel. In a forgotten grave he knelt down to confess to the ghost of a girl in a blood-stained dress. Across cursed lands his revenge took flight. A deadly quiet settles like the dark swallow in the light. No mercy on the lonely road where every step is a story untold. In the dust of the desert truth finds its way. Revenge or resign, but a price you'll always pay. Each note strums the sorrow of lands, weary and worn on the lonely road where such tales are born. Buried in the lost love. In the shade of a dead town's rusted sign, the wind whispers secrets in tongues of the old pine. Dust dances with ghosts of a love left behind, where whiskey bottles lay with unlabeled graves unrefined. Buried deep in lost love, where hearts did not dig, lies a tale of a man and a love so big, a betrayal so foul under moonlight so dim. In the haunted silence, his fate grows grim. He met her at dusk beneath the chapel's flame. The preacher's words burning, his heart did the same. But the devil wore lace eyes promising sin. By the break of dawn the gallows whispered her name. Buried deep in lost love, where shadows conspire, there goes a train whistles, fuel in the fire. Her laughter of memory fading in the night. In the glow of the burning church, he's losing the fight.
No redemption in revenge, just a cold desert breeze. In the land of forgotten graves, he'll never find peace.
Out where the horizon bleeds, dust's last light fade away. Dust storms whisper secrets of a cursed town's decay. There's a rail line to nowhere, just echoes of the past, and a crumbling chapel shadow where redemption didn't last. Here lies a heart buried beneath this silent grave, lost love's whisper in the wind's mournful stave, where whiskey bottles mark the spot of every sin, buried in silence where only ghosts begin. Found her locket by the old saloon. The glass was cracked and worn. That night the thunder roared, as if heaven felt her scorn. Betrayal brewed in whiskey eyes beneath the sinner's moon, left a trail of broken vows near the burning church in June. Beneath the stars, buried in this silent grave, echoes of footsteps that no prayer could save, where the wind howls through the hollows of the sins, buried in silence where the end, my friend, begins. Underneath the faded cross, I lay my vengeance down. The ghost of her laughter haunts this forgotten town. Cursed land, take my soul, for there's nothing left to save. Every whisper turned to dust, every dream a silent grave. Now I'm gone, buried in my own silent grave. No more shadows beneath the old church's nave. Let the desert cover me, let the night sky be my shroud, buried in silence far from the